Oi.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
We came from dinner. And his bar mitzvah is here from now. Now he has to start. Yeah.
You guys just did a bar mitzvah too.
Countdown. Yes. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I had my kids 21 months apart. It's December next year.
All right, so is there anything different that we're doing?
We're doing exactly what we did last week. I'll start with Ani Batah. We do the whole light these lights. The kids and I lit the lights before Shabbat. And then, everything's the same pretty much.
Okay.
And then I don't know if he wants
Well, I should ask him.
Yeah, if he wants to do like Shema or something.
They told me he learned part of Kiddush, so let me see.
Oh, he wants, you're right. Whatever he wants to do, let me know and I'll incorporate him in. Does he want to do the Kiddush? Okay, so we'll let him lead. Ish. Yes, I like that.
That came on that holidays.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that last week.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's wonderful to see you as we celebrate Shabbat together. Word on the street is we have a wonderful bar mitzvah this weekend. Do you know anything about that, Sammy? Oh, Sammy doesn't know. Okay, Sammy will be here. We're going to begin our service, but first I want to give you a couple announcements. You notice that we're in the sanctuary this evening, a little more room to spread out. There was a heating issue in the chapel a couple weeks ago. I did not want to cook you tonight like a Thanksgiving turkey, so enjoy not being cooked. Also, after last week's service, someone came up to me and said, "Rabbi, I sat in the back and I couldn't hear anything." Move up. If you can't hear, move up.
Move up. Yeah.
Or if you don't want to listen to my sermon, you can go back. I understand. We're going to begin this evening with Ani Ve'ata.
אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה אז יבואו כבר כולם. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה ננסה מההתחלה. יהיה לנו רע, אין דבר, זה לא נורא. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, זה לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. Try to sing this refrain one more time. It's me and you, we will change the world. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה אז יבואו כבר כולם. אמרו את זה קודם, לא אין דבר, זה לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם.
If you're able to do so, please rise. We sing Shalom Aleichem as we greet the Sabbath angels, page 5.
Shalom
Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hem Shalom Malachei Ashalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leShalom Malachei Ashalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitem leShalom Malachei Ashalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please be seated. Now, typically, this is when I would invite you up to the bima to light Shabbat candles, but we've already lit Shabbat candles, so we have another lighting song in lieu of the holiday that is about to come up.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I
with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Oh, hear our prayer, we sing to you. Be gracious to the ones we love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear our prayer to you.
We continue on page 11 in our red Sidur Lev Shalem with Lechu Neranena. Page 11.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena l'Adonai.
Naria litzurishenu
nikadma fana betoda.
Naria
litzurishenu nikadma fana betoda.
Bizmirot naria lo
Lechu
neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena Adonai. Naria
litzurishenu
nikadma fana betoda.
Naria litzurishenu
nikadma fana betoda. Bizmirot naria lo Bizmirot naria lo Bizmirot
naria lo.
We turn to page 18, Zamru Ladonai. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor Vekol Zimra, Vehatzrotzrot Vekol Shofar, Hariu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor Vekol Zimra, Vehatzrotzrot Vekol Shofar, Hariu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai. Yiram Hayam Elot Zevel Veyoshveva Neharot Yachad
Harim Yeranenu.
Yiram Hayam Elot Tevel veyoshveva. Neharot imcha muchav
yachad harim yiranenu
Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim b'meisharim yiram hayamot tevel veyoshveva Neharot imcha muchav
yachad harim yiranenu.
We turn to page 20, Romimu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtakavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtakavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtakavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtakavu lehar kodsho. If you're able to do so, please rise. We continue page 21, Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, Havu l'Adonai. Kavod va'oz, ay, 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 Havu l'Adonai, kevod shemo, Kavu l'Adonai, ve'hadrat kodesh, kol Adonai, al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai, Almaim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Bakoach, ay, 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 Kol Adonai, Be'adar, Kol Adonai, Shover Arazim, Vayashaber Adonai, Et Artzei Havalon, Vayarkidem Kemo Egel, Levanon, Vesirion, Kemo Venreinim, ay, 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 Kol Adonai, Tzeit Lavotesh, Kol Adonai, Yakil Midbam,
Ve'shaber Adonai, After Avodesh, Kol
Adonai Yehoy Ayalot, Vayechesov, Ye'arot, Uvechalo, Kulo Omer Kavod, ay, 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 Adonai Lama Buya Shava Yeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yiten, Adonai Yevarech et Amo B'Shalom. Yai, nai, 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 nai. Yai, nai, 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 nai. Yai, nai, 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 nai. Nai, 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 nai. Please be seated We turn to page 23 as we greet the Shabbat bride, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmi'anu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'letila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat ki mekor haberacha. Merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh memachshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Page 25, Yaminu Small. Yaminu Small. Tifrosi ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi. Al yad ish ben parzi ben ismecha ben ahagila.
Please rise.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
We face the door as we greet the Shabbat bride.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam besimcha ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. We turn to page 27, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר אסתך, ואמור קבל הלילות. עלי אסור ועלי נבר, עלי היגיון בכינון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך הרנן. מה גלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
Sadiq Katamar, page 28.
Sadiq Katamar Ifra, Ke'eretz Balvanon Yizke Shetuli Bebeit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun Beseva Deshenim Vera'ananim Iyu Le'agil Ki Ashar Adonai Suri Uri Velo Avlatavo. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נא וקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
Mourners and those observing a yortzeit have an opportunity to say the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 30. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divara kirute v'yamlik malkute, be'chayechon u'v'yomechon, uv'chaye dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitzbarak v'yishtabak v'yitzpa'ar v'yitzramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbekata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Some of us are still in a bit of a turkey coma. Some of us are still a little weary from holiday travel, but not me. You see, this year, because me and my family moved back to Texas, we avoided having to do holiday travel on an airplane with little kids, which if you have ever done it, I am sorry. We didn't have to do it this year. We told our parents that they had to come to us, because if I'm being honest with you, it's kind of hard for me to go back home. I don't know if this happens to you, but when I go home, my parents do not think of me as a grown man. They tend to think of me as a 12-year-old version of myself. I thought this would get better once I got married, and it kind of helped, but not really. And when I got kids, I thought I'd finally get the adult recognition that I deserve, but no, they just treat me like I'm another one of the grandkids. The first thing that happens when I get to my parents' house, especially when my wife isn't with me, is they have me sleep in the same room that I slept in when I was 14 years old. Now, I'm now 6'3". I'm a little taller than I was back then, but it doesn't matter. My mom still sticks me in the same twin bed that I slept in with the same little nightlight in the same room. My mom also does this thing where she tries to feed me the same stuff that she fed me when I was a kid. Every time I go back, she buys me these little chocolate donuts, these little pizza Lunchables, and Capri Suns. The hardest thing about this is pretending that I don't want to eat those things. I have to eat them when she's not looking, but I think I'm still a little too old to make those little Lunchable pizzas. Another thing about going home is running into people that still live in your hometown. When I see people nowadays that I remember from back then, everybody just looks really tired now. So tired. I saw our high school quarterback. He was working at HEB, and he saw me and he came over, and we started talking, and the conversation was just really sad. He said, "Hey, have you heard from Brad?" I said, "No." He goes, "Yeah, well, he died." It's probably why I didn't hear from him. And then while everyone else thinks of me as a 12-year-old, I feel like I've aged tremendously, and I act like I've become a cantankerous old man. I get really annoyed when there's a new road or a new building in the town that I grew up with, because that's not how it was in the old days. I'll refuse to take the new road into town, even if it will save me 10 minutes, because that's where all the kids drive. I said that. But I've got to say, when all the dust settles and I'm sitting in my parents' house, the house that I grew up in, when I'm surrounded by my family, as dysfunctional as we all are, there is something about that feeling that is unique. And that is the power of home. This Shabbat in our Parsha Vayishlach, we read the story of Jacob coming home. Now, at this point, Jacob has been working for Laban, his uncle, and he's been there for about 21 years. If you'll remember, he worked 7 years for Leah, the older sister. He worked 7 years for Rachel, the daughter that he loved, and he worked 7 more years to acquire wealth, which the Torah tells us that he did. 7, of course, is a very important number in the Jewish tradition, the days of the week. 7 branches on the menorah in the temples, the bride circles the groom 7 times in a wedding, yada yada, we could keep going. But anyway, Jacob has done this 7-year cycle 3 times. And now God is telling him to leave where he's at, which is somewhere near ancient Mesopotamia, and he's supposed to head back to Canaan, to Canaan, the land of his birth. But like me, Jacob is hesitant about returning home because he knows what waits for him there. The shadows of everything he left behind. You see, unlike me, Jacob decided it would be a good idea to dupe his brother Esau into relinquishing his birthright. And he also outright deceived his father by dressing up in his brother's clothes and receiving his brother's blessing from his father as well. So Jacob returns home knowing that sleeping in his childhood bed will be the least of his problems. Now he has to contend with his older brother who he thinks is out to kill him, and rightfully so. So in the Parsha, there's this big flurry of activity. Jacob rearranges the marching order of all his family and all of his livestock so that if Esau, who he thinks is coming to greet him, if Esau decides to attack Jacob's caravan, the most vulnerable people in his party wouldn't be at the front of the battle. When Jacob sees Esau finally coming over the hill, he runs toward him because he wants to be the first one to bear the brunt of any ill will. And he bows to him 7 times. Once again, there's that number 7. And then the most incredible thing happens. His brother Esau runs to him and embraces him and gives him a brotherly hug because all is forgotten. Friends, sometimes coming home is hard. Sometimes dealing with the things you've left behind is hard. And sometimes facing the new obstacles that have risen up in your absence is even harder. The Jewish people returned to our homeland in 1948, and since then we've been dealing with the fallout of our absence. Things aren't the same as when we left, and the world doesn't understand that. Every day we have to remind everyone Israel is our home. Some people leave the Jewish tradition sometimes. There's an expression for this. It's called going off the derech, or leaving the path. And then they might have a hard time coming back because they too don't want to face the shadows that they left behind. Well, tonight I want to encourage everyone to come home. For many of us, this is our actual synagogue home, so I'm glad we're here. But for others of us, this might be a call that we need to return to our truest sense of self. We need to return to what makes us unique. We need to return to a sense of integrity in our actions. We need to return to our community. And we need to return to God. Jacob returns home to confront the mysterious being that he wrestles with, and the question is asked, who exactly is he wrestling? Is he wrestling a man? Is he wrestling an angel? Is he wrestling Esau, or is he even wrestling himself? Well, when you return home, all of those options are possible. So friends, tonight when you lay in your bed, as you fall asleep, I want you to think about what it means to be you. I want you to think about what it means to be a godly person. I want to think about who or what you're wrestling in your life. And I hope you'll say a quick prayer thanking God for that comfy bed and all the other blessings you have. Then I hope you'll look around your cozy room and at all the things that bring you comfort and joy. And maybe you'll quietly click your heels under the covers and say, there's no place like home. Shabbat Shalom. If you're able to do so, I ask that you please rise. We're going to continue with the Baruch Hu on page 39.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך ברוך ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ולילה אדוני צבאות שמו על חי וקיים ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים.
Amen. Please be seated. We continue page 40, Ahavat Olam.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגויי יומם ולילה ידאי די 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 ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בעם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
ויום שמות תשמעו מצוותיי אשר נהגו. ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור דבר בני. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. We continue, page 44. Who is like you, Adonai, mi chamocha?
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות אוסף אלה. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה לי, אנו ויאמרו. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה לי, אנו ויאמרו. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות אוסף אלה. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות אוסף אלה. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה. ונאמר, כי בנה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Amen. We read together on the English, the left-hand side of the page, page 45, beginning with allow us. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Ashkivenu
Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'omidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'omidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'omidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmo tzitenu uvuenu lechaim ulshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'omidenu malkeinu lechaim. Please rise as we sanctify Shabbat together. Vishamru is on page 46.
If any children want to come up and sing with me, you can at this point. Anybody? Anybody under the age of 18? Bar mitzvah people? Post-bar mitzvah people? Come on up.
There's literally 3 right here. Vishamru
B'nei Yisrael
et HaShabbat
La'asot
et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבות וירפש, שבות וירפש,
שבת וינפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון ויומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב נאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם ועלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה
ברכו.
לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה
תמירה בעלמה ואמרו Amen.
The Amidah for Friday night begins on page 47. This is a silent prayer. We remain standing and use the Siddur to guide us or the private meditations of our own heart. When you're finished praying your Amidah, you may be seated. Shalom Rav is on page 51.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov v'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם.
On page 173 on the left-hand side of the page, we have an opportunity to sing Debbie Friedman's Misha Berach, a prayer of healing for those in our community who are in need of healing, and recognizing that there are Jews and people all over the world who are in need of healing. While we're playing this song, I'll go out into the congregation. If you have somebody who you're thinking of who is in need of healing, please wave your hand or stand up and you'll have an opportunity to tell me their name. Page 173.
מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Please rise. Kaddish Shalem is on page 54.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעלמה דברה קירותי, וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון ויומכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ואימרו.
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם ועל מעלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמדקודשה ברכו לילה בנקור ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן ויעלמה ואימרו.
Amen.
תתקבל צלותיהון ובתיהון לכל ישראל קדם עבורהון די ושמיה ואימרו.
Amen.
יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואימרו.
Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואימרו.
We remain standing. Aleinu is on page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אינות, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בהשבו אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ, ועל הארץ, מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו
Please be seated. Congregation Agudas Achim is acknowledging the yort sites this week of Emmerich Adler, Betty Aaron, Ben Cohen, Bessie Eisenberg, Joan Fries, Jacob Hirschman, Hilmer Hubbaum, Arthur Jaffe, Sigmund Jucker, Adrian Diamond Martin, Bella Melnick, Jack Moss, Sidney Ozer, Raymond Petit, Kimberly Ann Ratcliffe, Burko Rosen, Rose Rosen, Sophie Shapiro, Joan Stanley, Charlie's Leroy Wood. We're also acknowledging the Shloshim of Anita Kabudi, Stuart Bernstein, and Natalie Bareth, and we're sending condolences to the family of Mary Nell Robbins, wife of Michael Robbins. Mourners and those observing of a yort site have an opportunity to say the Mourner's Kaddish once again on page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divara kirute v'amlik malkute, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon uv'chaye de kol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach le'olam olamei almaya, Yit barak v'yishtabak v'yit pa'ar v'yit ramam v'yit naseh, V'yit adar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudesha, barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tuspekata v'nekemata, ta'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu be'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'rumav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu be'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Please be seated. We now have an opportunity to hear some announcements from our synagogue president, Mark Ross.
Since my wife always tells me nobody can hear me, I'm going to lean down and speak real close to the mic. First, Leah, don't leave. Come here. So, come here. As president, I get to do some fun things. So the first thing, I'd like to introduce everybody to our brand new director of operations, Leah, who has been here. And so take a bow. Thank you for staying. I know you're embarrassed. You don't like to be front and center, but I just want to recognize you in front of everybody. Thank you. Okay, now you can go. Second thing is, Sammy, I want to tell you something. So the first time your mother and I talked on the phone, your mother is someone very special, okay? Because I picked up the phone and I called her and I said, I'm the president of the congregation and my son's getting married and we kind of picked this weekend maybe to do an ufruff, and your mother said, great. And I go, okay, but we may have 20 or 30 more people coming, to celebrate, and it didn't kind of work out, but she really embodies what we're trying to create here in that spirit of hospitality. So I'd like to publicly acknowledge you. It was like, the more the merrier, no big deal. So we're 350, another for 400, it doesn't matter. And so I would just like to tell you how special your mom is, and you should always just appreciate her, because she made it easy on me. It didn't work out because my mother decided she wasn't going to come to services, and that's why we were having the ufruff, and we'll have it sometime later in the year or early next year. But I wanted to say thank you. Next weekend is our family Shabbat. So we have Tat Shabbat at 5:30. Dinner is at 6. And services will be at 7. So please don't show up at 6 o'clock for our musical Shabbat because it won't be until 7. And we invite everybody to come. It's a big weekend because on Sunday is our annual meeting. And if somebody wants to turn in, like in the next 5 minutes or tomorrow to be the president of the congregation, I'd be happy to take a break. I'd like to also acknowledge some other people who have stepped up big time and volunteered as we're going through a transition in the office. So I'd like to recognize my wife who retired from the JCC thinking she was just like no problem. So she's been working for Leah for free for 3 or 4 hours a day. So I just publicly like to tell you I love you and acknowledge you. Thank you. And then Sunday, 9 o'clock is breakfast, 9:15 if you want to go to Minyan. Minyan will start. 10 o'clock is the annual meeting, and we will be giving a big time briefing on what Project Bold Future, the next step is. And then at 11 o'clock is Hanukkah Hullabaloo. And then lastly, for any of you ladies, whether you live in San Antonio or not, on the back, take one of these. We are having a Mahjong tournament that'll be all day, big prizes, fun. So please join us, and Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
It's okay. You're good. Big Mazel Tov again. I remember when you were in my youth choir many years ago. Here I go embarrassing you again, singing with my other 2 sons. Side note, it is my middle son's Joel's 12th birthday, so make sure you wish him a good big mazel. He has a bar mitzvah coming up in a year also. So, woo-hoo! Yeah, big time. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's conclude. We're going to conclude with Adon Olam, page 211.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא אדון עולם והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה אדון עולם בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה אדון עולם אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי ויצרה אדון עולם והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מכה אדון עולם אדון עולם אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם וידו אפקיד רוחי וירישן ויעירה אדון עולם ואם רוחי כביאתי אדוני לי ולא הירא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ועת נשא רכב סוכות, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון.
So you want me to do this part? All right, so I asked Sammy if he'd help me lead Kiddush, but he said he didn't want the Minishevitz. So you're already thinking like a man because you know that this stuff doesn't taste so good. Stick with your grape juice here. Go ahead. Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron Moshe v'reshit Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki vanu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta michol ha'amim v'shavat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon kinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam amoitzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Adonai oz le'emo yitain Adonai yavarek et amo v'shalom. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
If you like what you saw just now, tomorrow Sammy Schwope becomes a man in this very room. We'll see you then.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Who would be crazy enough to have 3 boys?
I don't know. You too. I guess we're in the club. If that's real, put it back. He likes the man to shove it. Yeah. Give a story. Yes, go ahead. Help yourself to challah. Help yourself to challah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
It said, like, just as he was given the pearl, the snacks away from him. There's a British Easter egg, and then the British. Why it said with the bodega.
But again, mine was like that. She gave me a comment on my essay that was due a week ago today and told me to add more to it. And it was a really good essay, and he thought so too. And he helped me. He wants me to summarize more of the story.
She's like, there should be more content. And I always thought, I'm like, give me 1 or 2 sentences without the book.
Right. And I wonder if it's yours. And that's what I had. I'm dead. Anyone can see me. So, if I have chest muscles, feel how strong this is, feel how hard that is. Just flex with God. God flexes behind me.
And I was like,
God flexes with me.
I mean, really good job.
I gotta stop doing that. I need to view it.
So yeah, he wrote it, he had a draft.
Oh yeah, my draft is terrible.
We tried to make the...
Texas, not like here. I was gonna say you guys are waiting here for like an hour, 5 hours.
Yeah, when do we...
Let's go to now.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Where do we...
Over there. Yeah, there's like a.
And we got it scoped out.
Yes, it is. That's green.
So it has green undertones, but it's not green. It's they sang it that.
Dark red, you know,
Or
like
black
red.
is dark. That's very dark green.
Yeah, but it's a different. She didn't know that.
It's probably the whole picture.
oh, yes, that makes sense. What is it? The Torah?
When they sit down and they
You're feeling reading the Old Testament.
You got your little.
That's...
I was going to say.
Well, there's only...
Share that. Oh. And I don't really think.
I mean, I was born and raised in a Catholic family.
I didn't know this was.
They're different denominations. You have like, you have Episcopalians,
Right.
you
And
have
that's the
Lutherans, you have...
sect or whatever that believes.
It's like drinking the elixir.
No, está en el meeting room.